Yeah, you're going to have to invest money into your business, your wellness business, your coaching business before you make any. And in this video, I'm going to tell you what to invest in and what not to invest in so that you don't waste a whole bunch of money on things that don't matter at the very beginning. The investment recommendations that I'm sharing with you come from my very own experience and also the experience of working with thousands of practitioners and coaches for over a decade. And let me tell you, there is a lot of money being wasted unnecessarily, but that ends today because you are here watching this. So let's dive in. So one of the most common questions I get from practitioners and coaches who are at the very beginning, like day 0 of starting their business, is what should I be investing in right now? So when you're just starting out, maybe money is tight, and of course you're not making any yet. So spending any money that your business isn't making feels really scary and risky, except that in order to get the business off the ground, there are a few things you need to have, which means injecting some cash into your business. That cash is called startup capital. And at this point, your business is pre-revenue, meaning you're not making any money yet. So if you're anything like me, you have zero business background and never even considered how much capital you'd need to inject into your pre-revenue business. Good news, I'm going to give you the must-have list of the things that you need to get your business off the ground so that you can safely and professionally begin to work with clients, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of the upcoming videos, and tap that bell to get notified when more videos are published. Hey there, I'm Lori, and this channel is all about giving you the simple, no-fluff strategies you need to start and grow your wellness or coaching business online. Make sure that you read the description right underneath or beside this video for the Cliff Notes version and the list of things that I recommend that you invest in. Okay, so let's kick it off with the things that you need right off the hop. And I'm not going to list any prices because you can Google and maybe they're different based on where you live. The first is a list of non-negotiables. These are the must-have things that you need in order to work with clients in a professional and legitimate way. The first one is liability insurance. And it always is a little shocking to me how most practitioners and coaches don't think of this right off the hop. So my recommendation is that you have at least $1 million in coverage. And when you're vetting insurance companies, make sure that they cover you for working internationally and also for what you actually do. So make sure that they cover you if you're giving supplement recommendations. Make sure they cover you if you're giving food recommendations. Make sure they're covering you if you're giving any type of what could be construed as therapy or therapeutic advice, life coaching, and things of that nature. So you want to make sure that before you start even publishing educational content, recommendations, and of course working with clients or patients in any capacity, that you seek out liability insurance. Okay, the next one is purchasing a domain. Your website address, let's call it, the URL, the www.blah.com. So what my recommendation is, especially if you are someone who doesn't know what you want to actually call your business, my strong recommendation is that you go to a domain service provider, something like GoDaddy.com, and see if your name is available as the domain. And more than likely, your name is not going to be available as a domain, so you're going to have to make a version of your name. You could put like Lori Kennedy Coaching or Lori A. Kennedy or whatever it is that you want to use, but try and get a domain, www.lorikennedycoaching.com, as a version of your name. And then also when you solidify your program name, you're going to want to buy that as a domain too. Even if you never use it to have its own website, you want to make sure that your key revenue streams, that you own the domain. That's what you want to make sure of. And so domains are super cheap. If you happen to have a really good idea, maybe you're going to see that their domain is going to be, a couple $100 or a couple $1,000. I've thought of some really good domain names, and I go and I search them up to see if they're available, and they're thousands of dollars, which signals to me that it's a good idea. I don't buy them, however. So just make sure that as you are setting things up, you go and do a search for your name as the domain. And then secondarily to that, you want to try and secure your social media handles. So if you can get your social media handles the same as the domain, that would be ideal. Probably you're not going to be able to, which yes, it does suck. So you want to make them as close to the same as possible. So for example, if you chose Lori Kennedy Coaching, you would then want to go and create a Facebook business page titled Lori Kennedy Coaching and see if you could also get the Instagram handle at Lori Kennedy Coaching and any other social media platforms. Again, ideally, you want to have everything the same. Probably that's not going to be possible. So try and make them as similar as you can. The next one is an email marketing platform. So no matter what the social media Instagram gurus are telling you, you still absolutely should focus on growing your email list. And the legal way to do that is through an email marketing platform. No, you cannot just, have a clipboard and a piece of paper and collect email addresses or keep them as I once did on a spreadsheet and then open up your Hotmail account and email out people. You can't do that. It's illegal. You can't, no matter where you live, you're not allowed to do that. You have to get permission, and then you have to use an email marketing platform to be able to send out your newsletters, your marketing campaigns, whatever it is. I highly recommend that you use ActiveCampaign. I know there's a slew of email marketing platforms out there. Please don't fall for this whole it's free and I'm not making any money yet, and therefore I'm going to use the free version, because the free version doesn't last very long and then you're being charged. And given the fact that we use ActiveCampaign for hundreds and hundreds of our practitioner and coach clients, and we've tested out different email marketing platforms, please just take my word for it that ActiveCampaign is your best choice. The next must-have is a way to transact online. The easiest way to do that when you are first getting started is using PayPal. So you can create a PayPal account and it connects right to your bank account. And the good news is that it's free to set up. PayPal will charge you a transaction fee it's a percentage of the transaction, and it will be deducted from the transaction. So you only really pay once you start actually putting transactions through. And it is the easiest way for you to really start transacting online. After PayPal, a second option would be creating a Stripe account. And I'm not recommending that off the hop, because with Stripe, and this might be a little bit of techno babble for you, but Stripe doesn't have any opportunity to do like a checkout page. You're only able to transact. PayPal has both. So with PayPal, you can check out and it's the merchant. With Stripe, it's only the merchant, which means you now need a checkout. So save Stripe for when you're a little bit more into the business and you have a better understanding of how an online business works. Just start with PayPal. The next one is Google Apps for Business. Please, I want you to create 2 emails and I want them to look and sound professional. None of this, Lori Kennedy Coaching at gmail.com or at Hotmail or at MSN. That's ridiculous. You're a professional. With Google Apps for Business, you're able to set up professional email addresses that would be Lori at LoriKennedyCoaching.com. So it sounds very professional. Now, 2 email addresses that you're going to need. You're going to need your personal one, Lori@LoriKennedyCoaching.com, and you're going to need support@LoriKennedyCoaching.com. Please give all of your clients the support email. Send your clients emails from the support email. Don't send them your personal email. Keep that level of authority high, keep that boundary high, and then that way, over time, as your business grows, you can bring in a team member to then take over that customer service support inbox, and you can step away from it, which is a glorious day when that happens. The next one is any type of business registration fees. And so, of course, this will differ based on where you live. No, you don't have to incorporate off the hop. You can act as a sole proprietor. But as your business mentor, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about this. So depending on where you live, there might be a business registration fee for you to even set up being a sole proprietor. You might want to set up any type of tax number. So I'm not exactly sure what is entailed, obviously, in each, state or province where you live. So please just do a quick Google search about how to set up a small business based on where you live, and there may or may not be some fees attached. And this last one, which it's not necessary, but I highly, highly recommend it. Meet with a CPA, a proper accountant, not just a bookkeeper, but an accountant who has experience in helping small businesses start up and grow. You're going to want to know off the hop, what you should be tracking in terms of your business expenses. They can talk to you about separating your business expenses from your personal expenses. You should, and this is a side note tip here, you should not be using your personal credit card or your personal bank account. Even when you're just starting to be running your business, they're going to teach you and inform you of how to set up your finances the right way from the start. I did not do this, and I don't have many regrets in life. If I could go back in time and work with an accountant from the very start, it is absolutely something that I would do. Okay, so the next couple of things that I'm going to mention to you are when you are past that initial startup phase. So this is when you're starting to work with clients. This is when you're building out content. And this is when you are putting yourself out there on the internet. So you are going to need a cloud-based hosting platform. I highly recommend that you use Amazon S3. You're going to need a cloud-based storage to, host your videos and your content and all of your assets. I've been using Amazon S3 for a decade, and we put everything into Amazon. It's super cheap to use, and you're only charged based on your storage. So it's not like there's an annual fee or anything of that nature. If you have an Amazon account, you're already good to go. But I highly, highly recommend that you investigate some type of cloud-based storage. I do not recommend Dropbox or even G Drive for client or audience downloads. Again, for a variety of reasons, which I'm not going to get into in this video because it's technobabble. So please just take my word for it that when you're starting to create lead magnets, when you're starting to create program content, when you're wanting to, store content, just use Amazon S3. The next one is ClickFunnels. So ClickFunnels is a marketing platform that has, the ability to provide you with sales page templates and checkout pages and upsells and downsells and membership sites. And yes, ClickFunnels has many a competitor. However, ClickFunnels has been around for a long time, and it does everything that you need it to do. Are there cheaper options? Yes. Would they be better for you? Perhaps. But with ClickFunnels, we know and trust that we're able to integrate it into your email marketing platform. We know we're able to integrate it into all of the various things that you need. And it's sort of like a one-stop shop for all things marketing and sales. These last two are very, very helpful for giving you a professional looking appearance online, and they're not terribly expensive. So I'm recommending, and this is a nice to have, they're not a must have, a ring light and a webcam, an external webcam. So I've linked the two that I recommend, the ring light and the webcam, in the description, so you can go and check them out on Amazon. Having good lighting and having good video when you're doing Facebook Lives, when you're recording your program content, when you're doing anything and you're showing up, it makes a difference. When you're, wanting to educate people and you're wanting to look and come across as an authority and expert and as a professional, and your lighting is all shadowed and the webcam you're using is from your laptop from, 17 years ago, and it just looks grainy and it doesn't look awesome. So you want to be able to access good lighting and good video for any type of video or live video streaming, because it really does just make all the difference. And I would not be mentoring you well if I didn't mention investing in a professional development program that guides you through building your entire business from scratch. And I have another video that guides you through what to actually look for when you're considering working with a business coach or investing in a program, which I've linked. So make sure that you watch that too. And just as you had to invest in your professional education to become a practitioner or a coach, you should consider allocating funds to invest in your business development too. So there you have it, the short list of the must-have things to invest when you're just starting out. And I bet you noticed that a website didn't make the list, and it's for good reason. You don't need it right off the hop. And frankly, you shouldn't even be investing in one until you have clarity on your niche and your brand. So do me a favor, read the description to access your free resources so that you can learn more about what you need when you're just starting your wellness or coaching business before you invest in anything. If this video was helpful, let me know down below. And if you have any questions, please make sure to post them in the comments and we will absolutely reply. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.